for legal purposes, I would just like to say that this video is for entertainment purposes only. This shit never really happened. So last October, I was driving around. I had some illegal stuff on me. I'll be honest with you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was weed, okay? I'll tell you it was weed because I don't want your mind to run off with it. Because I'm from Alabama. Everybody automatically assumes, oh, it was fighting chickens or child pornography or stolen VCRs. Relax. So I get pulled over and I've been drinking some whiskey. Not a lot for me, but I know I smell like it. So I look in the dash. I got a bunch of Chick-fil-A mints in there and I started chewing them motherfuckers up fast, man. That way I had peppermint and God on my side. So I know when homeboy comes up to my window, my teeth look like fucking Chip Skylark from the Fairly Odd Parents. But hell, you don't want to get pulled over smelling like whiskey, weed, and doo-doo. Because newsflash, I definitely shitted on myself a little bit. Because my license has been suspended for 2 years. And I'll tell you that. I'll be honest with you because, well, you're not a cop currently pulling me over. I don't want to go back to jail. I don't do good in jail. Look at this. I'm cute as shit. I was trying to figure out how to shove all this weed in this whiskey glass up my ass. And if he would have found it still, I would have been like, that's not my ass. That's my buddy's ass. I'm just borrowing it. So he gets up to my window, and he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? And normally I act dumb. I'm like, nah, man, what's going on? But today I was like, speeding. I was going so fucking fast. And he was like, well, I appreciate you being honest with me. Can I get your license and registration? Now, I have my physical license, but it's like Monopoly money, okay? The shit don't really mean anything. So, but he goes back there and tries to run it anyways. And he comes back and he's like, did you know your license was suspended? And I said, what the fuck? No way. There has to be some kind of mistake. And like, thank God it was in the fall and not the summertime and I wasn't this tan. Because he definitely would have been like, could you just get out of the fucking vehicle, please? So I got lucky, and he ended up just giving me a ticket for driving a suspended license and a ticket for speed. And he's like, if you can get your license figured out, they'll drop the charges. I said, I'm gonna get this shit figured out. Better believe that. So I go to my court date in November. I find out that I can get my license back in December. And the judge was so fucking cool. He was like, oh man, why don't you just come back in December? We'll drop the license charges as long as you show it to me. He said, and then you just pay the speeding ticket. Does that sound fair? And I said, hell yeah, that sounds amazing. Now, that was really nice, but guess who forgot their second court date? I did. So now, instead of saving $450, I have a failure to appear and a warrant for my arrest. So I had to go pay my $500 fucking bond to keep from getting arrested and missing a fucking show. They gave me a new court date, and I go to this court date, and the craziest shit happens. I hold the door open for this little old lady. Good karma coming my way, I think. Because the judge was cool last time, but that's before I missed my second court date. And they told me I would get my bond back at my court date. So I'm thinking things are going to be okay here. Well, the old lady goes up. The bailiff starts freaking out. He's like, give me your purse. And he said it so aggressively, I started looking for my purse to give him. Well, she slides it over. And he's like, is there a gun in here? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, is there a gun in here? And she's like, yeah. Well, I'm thinking she just forgot to take her gun out. Maybe he caught a glimpse of it or something. So he starts digging through her purse. He pulls his gun out. He's like, go have a seat over there. Now I was like, damn, dude, she's an old lady. It wasn't like she was coming here to shoot us up, right? Well, as it turns out, she had just robbed a gas station 17 minutes ago, right down the road, at gunpoint. Took that money and was trying to come pay her fucking ticket with it. Look, you crazy bitch. Well, she's just standing there beside me in the row. And he's like rummaging through her purse like she had more guns in there. Well, all of a sudden, this bitch just takes off running out of the courtroom. I had never in my life seen an old lady run that fast. She had to have like the comfort depends on for sure. It was fucking crazy. Well, the bailiff is freaking out still. He's like, what do I do, Judge? He's like, you stay with me. I'm like, you got the gun, brother. Shoot her ass. Well, they call it in. They tell them to come get her ass. She's gone. She's fucking gone, okay? Well, they just start doing court again like nothing ever happened. And guess who has to follow the gun lady? Me. So they call me up next, and the judge is like, wow, looks like you missed your court date. You got a failure to appear. You paid your bond. That's good. I'm like, yeah, I would like to circle back to the part where I missed the court date. We can all agree that that's bad. But I didn't bring a gun in here. A little court reporter lady on her computer, she laughed a little bit at it, but nobody else thought it was funny. And I was like, okay. So I looked at the bailiff and I was like, hey, dude, while ago, when you said, give me your purse, it was so intimidating. Like, I almost left here and went and bought a purse to give it to you. Still nothing. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm gonna have to pay this shit. And I did. And not only did I have to pay it, they took my bond. They said, we'll apply it to it. And I was like, oh, cool. So what's left, like $40? He's like, no, you still owe another $445. I said, this is highway robbery. Are you fucking shitting me? I should have brought the gun in here. So I'm pissed, man. I go home and I'm like, well, I'm trying to find the silver lining. I'm like, well, at least I got my license back. Well, they applied the points to my license from those 2 tickets, and guess what I did? I lost the motherfuckers again. But I still be driving now.